Hello guys, today I'm doing a what I've been reading this week video, my first one. You will recognize the books from my weekly review on my book blog. Usually there every week I post what I've read and a short 1 or 2 sentence summary about what I thought about it, as well as any books that I got. So this is kind of going to be a little bit of an expansion on what it was that I read, maybe a couple more thoughts than what is in that summary, but not as many as actually would be in my review. So one of the problems I had coming up with this was how was I going to show what I was going to read, because I actually read a lot of ebooks but are not as easy to hold up and display. But I think I have a good format, so we'll see what happens. This week I read a lot. I read 2 ebooks, 2 physical books, and I finished an audiobook. So the first ebook I read was, not the first one I read, but the one that I really liked was That Night by Chevy Stevens. So it was on my e-reader. I have a Sony e-reader. It's really old. It's no longer made, but I love it. And when it almost died earlier this year, I almost cried. I don't want to have to replace it. So this one, I don't have any art on my copy. It's an advanced copy. The book comes out this week. And I didn't realize when I first started reading it, until I started reading it, that it's actually set in my town. It's set in Kamloops River, BC, which is a little town on Vancouver Island. And I've never actually read a book that was set in my town. And that's where I am, and I was so super excited. So I really liked the book. Not just because of the setting, I thought it was a really great story, too. The other ebook that I read was I'll Be Damned by Casey Keene. And it's part of a blog tour that I'm doing, and I wanted to read it because I love the cute little paranormal cover that it had. I thought it sounded really cute and really fun. Unfortunately, I didn't like the book. Which is never good for a book tour. I try to be very picky about what I pick for book tours so that I know that I'll like the book. When I don't like the book, then I have to pick something else. I have to put something else up instead of my review. So this week I am on the blog tour this week, and I'll actually have a giveaway of both this book and the second one in the series. Because I do know that a lot of people have liked it. I just didn't like it myself. I found it very cliched, the main character was very wishy-washy and everything just came too easy to me. So I like a little more problems in my books. Some of the physical books I read Three Sisters by Susan Mallery. This is actually the second in the Blackberry Island series. Each of the books is standalone. I guess you can say them chick lit. But I found I really like this book. I really like the first one, and I have the third one as well, and I can't wait to read it. This one focuses on 3 women who own neighboring houses and kind of their journey to love themselves and love their relationships. There's a great focus on marriage and how much work it takes to maintain a good marriage in this book, which I thought was really positive. This was a very uplifting book, and I absolutely loved it. The other physical book I read was Fallen Angel by Terrell. I have this one and the second one. I'm not going to read this one. I didn't like this one at all. I almost DNF'd it, except that it read very quickly. It just was, I couldn't stop rolling my eyes. It was just ridiculous. I didn't like it, so I'm going to get rid of both of those books without reading the second one. So the audiobook I have, which I forgot to grab my iPhone, I read it on I listen on my iPhone, and there's no cover art on my iPhone. But it is All of Our Yesterdays. It was a YA Sync book for, I think it was last week's, or maybe this week's. I'm not sure which week it was, but I got it for free from YA Sync, and I absolutely loved it. It's got time travel, and I found it very intriguing. So that's kind of what I read this week. I am currently listening to an audiobook and reading a physical book right now, which almost certainly will be done for next week. But that's what I've been reading, so let me know if you've read any of these and what you thought of them, and you'll see the reviews soon, hopefully. So see you next time. Bye!